The gospel we have just heard is not an easy one to preach on. I was tempted to avoid it altogether today. Not least because it contains a teaching from Jesus on divorce, a topic that has caused real pain in the life of the church. In fact, in a previous church where I served, the leadership there made a choice not to read this gospel whenever it appeared in the lectionary. Reading it, they thought, would only strengthen the sense among some that divorced people were not truly welcome in the church. Indeed, some members of the congregation had spoken up in the past to say explicitly that this passage was hurtful. And I can see where they're coming from. There are certain passages of Scripture that, when excerpted, are known as clobber passages. Have you heard this term before? They're the bits of the Bible that have been used to hit particular groups, to clobber them over the head. They've been used on me. And although this passage confronts a first-century system that allowed men to dismiss their wives at will, it has too often been turned into a simple verdict against all divorced people, whatever the circumstances. And I can see that's offensive. But this passage, as it's presented in this excerpt, doesn't limit its offense to just divorcees. It presents a litany of other people to clobber too. And I'm not just talking about murderers, cheaters, and liars. The folk who are liable to judgment and hellfire are those who have been angry, uttered insults, ever held a grudge, or looked at others with lust in their hearts. You see, before divorce is even mentioned, vast swathes of the population are implicated with pretty drastic penalties. Is that offensive? Well, some say yes. Yes, it is offensive to equate normal, ordinary human failings with things like murder. I mean, adultery, perjury, divorce. Those are big sins, people's bad choices. It's ridiculous to equate the two different categories of offense. And maybe they're right. But not according to the unapologetically accusing language that Jesus uses. He doesn't just describe people who've committed offenses recognized and condemned by the law. He describes everyone in this room. The problem really isn't if someone hears this text and is offended by it, but if they hear it and aren't. Because the only person untouched by this passage is the person not listening. Now, in no way do I want those of you who are divorced to hear me say that your pain is misplaced, that the way organized religion has treated you is okay. But I hope you can hear me say that the people who've laid the burden of this text at your feet probably had no business in doing so in the first place. Not, at least, if they intended to draw a line that conveniently they found themselves on the other side of. Jesus does not isolate one definitive set of visible moral failings in this passage. He casts a net so wide that no one is safe. And yet, in the saving action of Christ, it is a net so dramatically wide that, in fact, everyone is safe. Let me be explicit. Divorced people are welcome here at this altar and in this church. And so is everyone else. Because no human record, however tangled, has the power to cancel God's love. No one is beyond God's mercy because of something that they have done. There are no second-class children of God. The Lord who exposes the weak and fallible human heart in this gospel is the same Lord who saves it. He takes all that is broken or tired or weak and makes it whole. The only people who will find this amazing grace offensive are those who insist they have no need of it.